Good morning, cultists! In our previous episode, we left things off at the entrance to the Sepulchre of Forgotten Heroes while looking for the missing people of Varnhold. I'm actually not entirely sure if we should be here, but I couldn't really figure out where to go next despite the barbarian lady telling us exactly where we need to go. I think. Or did she? A massive stone door blocks the entrance. It has no knobs, buttons, or other signs as to how to unlock it. However, a thick patch of moss has been scraped off the door's hinges, hinting that it's been opened recently. Search for a way to unlock the door, I guess. Or use detect magic. Let's detect magic first. The door radiates a faint transmutation aura. Right. Search for a way to unlock the door? You can't find any physical mechanisms. It seems the door must be opened through some magical means. Can we try to force the door open? You barely scratch the door. You may as well have tried forcing your way through the rock face around it. Well, why not? Why don't we do that? Are you telling me that I just came in here for nothing? What? But I had a nice campsite conversation with Valerie about... Really? So I wasted my rations for nothing? Can we find a merchant around here somewhere? Do I need to go back to Innsmouth? Which I guess isn't really all that far. So where exactly is this place the barbarian lady mentioned? It's not the Womb of Lamashtu, I imagine. Is it north? I don't see anything. Where did you say that she... like her friends are? Oh, that's it? Keled Barbarian Camp. Really? Alright, fine, I guess we'll go that way then. Good grief. Hopefully, we won't be too fatigued by the time we get there. Or if we are, ruined tower. Not gonna lie, I'm tempted. But I think we should probably try to get some rations and whatnot. Blood furrows. Ow. That sounds awesome. Oh, and looks like someone wants to maybe speak to me or rip my face off, or maybe a little bit of a column A, a little bit of column B. Be you a merchant selling goods? Nober. Whoa. A small but well-armed group moves across the flatlands. Tattoos, leather and fur clothing, bone amulets at their belts. These are barbarians. Kelids, to be precise, probably from the neighboring Numeria, or maybe lands even further north. They stop when they see you, hands on their weapons and frowns on their faces.
Who are you then? What do you want?
Look at that woman, man. I think she needs help. Tristan whispers, pointing at one of the barbarians who looks to be quite ill. The barbarians watch you sternly, their hands still on the weapons. I'm the local baron, my lands aren't far from here. One of your people seems to be sick, can I help? Or just attack them? I'm the local baron.
Wait, really?
The Keled examines you closely.
Well, alright. Your baronship then, or whatever it is they call you. I'm Noba. We're from Numeria, part of the Tiger Lord's tribe. We're just minding our business here, not looking to pick a fight. We don't want any trouble, and we're not after anyone.
Right, so one of your people appear to be sick. Can I help? The sick barbarian woman. A barbarian woman steps forward, trying to control her heavy coughing.
That'd be welcome.
The woman starts coughing again, that spits out some blue phlegm on the ground.
I caught blue spit somewhere in the barrens. I can't pay for the healing in gold.
I've never seen such an unusual disease, man. Neutral good. No charge or pay up. From Numeria, you're pretty far from home. Just heal up the barbarian, please.
No, none of that. We're not beggars, and we're not out for charity.
The barbarian woman forces several coins into your hands. Okay, well, then I guess I should have gone with the lawful neutral option then. Jeez. After you heal the woman's disease, she breathes in deeply, relishing the sensation.
Whoa, thank you. It was a nasty thing, but let me tell you, we won't let you take breath in or let gases out.
So it stopped you from farting. Christian sighs relief. Praise Sarenrae, man. This affliction responds to regular magic. I would not have been surprised if such strange symptoms were resistant to common methods of curing. Though, had that been the case, I'm certain you would have found a way to manage it. Right, so from Numeria, eh? You're pretty far from home.
Not so far. The Tiger Lords travel around a lot. From the, Whirlwound to, Baria. Hell, these lands were once practically home to us. We used to clear them damn faith from the Gnar marchers on a regular basis. Well, now we're here again. That's the nomad life, you see. Never know where you'll find yourself tomorrow.
Do you know anything about the situation at Varnhold?
Varnhold? Never heard of it. Whatever's going on there, we got nothing to do with it.
So what are you searching for? The Kellet frowns.
No idea, really. Dugith just said we should search for caves and ancient ruins and he'd tell us if it was what we were looking for. You ask me, we're just wasting our time here, but Chieftain knows best.
So who's Dugith?
An old cleric. He's seen a lot. He knows a lot, and it seems he's the only one who has any idea what the hell we're looking for out here.
Alright, so are you the only group of Numerians here?
You kidding? Of course not. Our main camp's over the hills. If you're feeling gutsy, come pay us a visit.
Have you found anything interesting in the area?
Oh, I wish. We've been searching the area for days now, but all we found was a cave with some grime-faced half-men. No ancient ruin, no treasures, not a damn thing.
Tell me about Numeria.
Ugh, I hate this question. Well, Numeria's a hard land made for hard people. Rock hard. Constantly popping boners all over the place. We have a problem. Ages ago, stars rained from the skies and left a bunch of chunks of sky metal across the land. Some as small as a finger, others big as a mountain. Lots of the chunks just sit still and do nothing, and we mine them for adamantine. Others make monsters, or disease, or radiation, and stuff like that. Technicology.
Nobus spits that last word, almost like a curse. Numeria is also the birthplace of countless beautiful songs and heroic legends. I mean, most of them end up with someone getting beheaded, impaled, or chopped to pieces, or burned alive. But still, they're marvelous. So you don't like technology?
Why would I? Bad enough it brings us so much trouble on its own, but it also attracts villains from all over Avestan, like flies to a steaming pile of shit. Not technically alone. Ugh!
Alright, well, tell me about your tribe.
The Tiger Lords are an ancient and glorious tribe, one of the strongest in all of Numeria. We used to own half the stolen lands ourselves, but that was a long time ago, back in the time of Great Armag. But now that spirit of Armag's been reborn into the body of a new chieftain, you mark me. Word of our heroic deeds will spread across Galarian once again.
Alright, great, thanks, bye. I mean, I wish I could kill you, but apparently that's considered evil, or chaotic evil rather, so I guess not. Oh, wait, is there stuff that I can loot here? Maybe it might not be a bad idea to search around for some secrets. Ooh. Alright then, secret mode search it is, or secret search mode it is then. Good grief. Ah, got some dank ass herbs. Can't ignore that. Thank you. And any secrets over there? None that we can see. What about some free herbs over this way?
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
No more devil's lettuce? Ugh. Fine. Alright, I guess we'll just move on. Stupid fucking barbarians in their anti-devil's lettuce policies. Good grief. Alright, well, I guess we're just gonna continue going towards the Kellet barbarian camp then. Unless maybe we come across more civilization? Do we go south? I guess so. We've spotted peaceful travelers. Please tell me that you're merchants. Please tell me that you can sell me some, fucking stuff. Is it Boney? Oh, it's Boney! Hey, Boner. How you doing, man? Show me your wares. Alright, so I'm gonna turf you all my garbage. Sure. Oh, right. I need to also use the... No, don't sell that. Hold on. Yep. Let me use up my recipes first. Sure, thank you. And Boner, back to selling you my garbage. I'm just gonna hold on to the emeralds just in case. I'm assuming we don't need them anymore. Lycanthrope Bane. Quenchless Life. Oh. Looks like he does have some new stuff. Ratcatcher's Buckler. Right. But I think we're good. Oh. Shit, he does not sell me rations, unfortunately. Dang, nabbit. Ugh. Fine. I guess maybe we shouldn't have rested where we did. Oh well. That's fine. Alright folks, I guess we'll just continue on towards the Kelid Barbarian camp in the hopes that maybe we'll find someone who sells rations along the way or at the camp itself. I mean, I'm assuming that with the sick barbarian lady having paid me for the healing and whatnot, that they would have some kind of commerce. At least they're aware of the existence of currency. Wait, do they have a pole upon which they burn people alive? Fantastic. Or maybe it's like a Wheel of Pain. Like, you know, Wheel of Fortune, but instead of Vanna White turning around the letters to reveal the answers to the puzzles and all that shit, she goes around flogging people, which is infinitely much more entertaining. Although, I mean, I guess the trivia stuff also kind of has its merits, but I prefer to watch Vanna White going around flogging people, so... Oh, okay. On the low grounds among the hills, some Numerian barbarians had set up camp. While obviously set up recently as a place to rest, it was thoroughly constructed. Along the stake palisade, the Numerians had reinforced their camp with a deep moat. Spotting the body of some unlucky thief at the bottom, it seemed they made a good call. Guarding the entrance was our old acquaintance, Nober, the man whose group we met in the hills previously. While his greeting was none too friendly, he did invite us to enter and led us to meet his leader. We were led to a man named Dugeth, a middle-aged Kelid with a gorgeous mane, once charcoal black, now salt and pepper, as well as the bronze skin, hardened by sun, wind, and time to the point where that it almost looked like oak bark. Speaking with assertive tones, he invited us to dine with the Tiger Lords, that was the name of their tribe, and spend the night in the camp. Any business we might have with the tribe, he said, could be discussed in the morning once everyone was rested and refreshed. Not wanting to offend the barbarians, I should have brought Namiri, who'd proven to be commendably hospitable. We have accepted the invitation. Within minutes, we were seated by the bonfire with goblets in our hands. As guests, our goblets were wrought of skillfully decorated silver, with intricate carvings depicting scenes of battle. The cupbearer filled everyone's goblets with wine. When Dugeth raised his cup, officially starting the feast, the Baron drained his goblets to the dregs, took a small sip from his goblet, stood and proposed a toast to the health of the people gathered here, spilled his wine on the ground. Maybe I should propose a toast. Would these barbarians appreciate that, or should I just drain the goblet? Let's do a rousing speech. The Numerians listened to the toast in awkward silence, but when the Baron stopped speaking about and drained his goblet, they burst into angry shouting. All of them spilled their wine on the ground. It was apparently a barbarian tradition, offering this first cup to the spirits. Only after the cupbearer filled their goblets again did the Numerians start to drink, and so did we. Oh, okay. I wonder if maybe having a Miri would have alerted us to that. The main course, unsurprisingly, was meat. While hunting in the hills, the Numerians had killed a deer and 2 wild boars, all now roasting over an open fire. As the tribe's guests, we were offered the best pieces. Fierce in battle, the Numerians were equally fierce at the table. They frantically tore the meat apart with knives, bare hands, and teeth, as though attacking the throats of their worst enemies rather than eating roast venison. Only one camp inhabitant didn't join the dinner. Far from the festivities, a slim woman wrapped in a gray cloak sat alone, her face hidden behind a piece of cloth. She was so quiet and still, at first I didn't realize she was a living being at all. The Baron demanded she be invited to the table. Either didn't notice her or just decided it would be wiser to ignore her. Asked the Tiger Lords who she was. Let's ask who she is. I'm assuming she's been outcast. Glancing cautiously between Dugeth and the woman, one Numerian explained that the woman was one of the defaced sisters, half priestess, half wizard. While they may travel along with the Numerians, they never ate at the same table. Judging by the tones the barbarians used when speaking of the woman, it was easy to tell that none of them held any warm feelings towards these defaced sisters. After everyone had eaten their fill, it was time for entertainment. The barbarians began singing a drawling song in their guttural language known as Halit. Later, one of the Numerians explained that it was a ballad about a brother and his sister who defeated a huge metal spider. Obviously a reference to the hit movie Wild Wild West, starring Will Smith and I forget who the other person was. Not Tommy Lee Jones. No, that's Men in Black. Anyways, so apparently they're really big fans of Wild Wild West. The song that followed was a comedic piece about the adventures of a stupid werewolf. The Numerians all sang it together. It was clear that each of them knew that one by heart. Almost everyone clapped to the rhythm, though some thumped their knife handles on their shields, and our half-orc acquaintance Bolga accompanied the song on a vargan. I guess that's an instrument? Once the song was over, Dugeth appealed to his guests, us, to surprise our hosts. The Baron decided our best choice would be the tale of how he defeated the Stag Lord, a friendly sparring match, or the Bard's Song, a demonstration of some magic tricks. Let's go with a tale of how he defeated the Stag Lord. You know what? Let's have Fabrosi do it. Our tale of battle and heroic deeds was just what the barbarians were looking for. They listened eagerly, chimed in on each detail, and laughed and clapped at the most epic moments. Even Dugeth himself. Even Dugeth found himself smiling and nodding as he listened to our story. Nice! Finally, the drinking and singing came to an end. I'm assuming we need to ingratiate ourselves with these guys, and then at the end, they'll make a check as to whether or not we were friendly enough or whatever, and then they help us or maybe suck our dicks a little bit. I don't know. I'm assuming there's some sort of conclusion to the end of this. Finally, the drinking and singing came to an end. Only bones remained from the feast, and the bonfire had burned down to ash. Satisfied, the Numerians retired to their tents. Oh, apparently the saving game is impossible.
I haven't seen my sisters for several days. I'm afraid they may be in trouble.
Holy shit! What the fuck? Was this guy's mother a fucking fridge? I mean, Jesus, look at this. What an absolute unit. Good grief. As you approach the barbarian leader, you can't help but overhear part of his conversation with a woman you recognize from the feast before. Her face remains hidden, and she sounds extremely worried.
This whole land is nothing but trouble. You want me to risk my life and the lives of my people to do your dirty work? Go ahead, ask Armagh to give the order. Oh, but Armagh stayed back in Numeria, which means I am the one making the decisions here.
But what about my sisters? Something terrible could happen to them.
You sisters insisted on this expedition. So it's your price to pay. With your blood, not ours. Something terrible could happen, you say? It is too late for that. We already lost good men on this pointless journey to nowhere. Whatever Armagh needs, it's not here, and it wasn't here from the start. But you didn't come here for him, did you? You came for your own reasons. You want some magic toy that once belonged to the ancient Cyclops. Well, I'm not leading my men to their deaths for that.
Is it me, or does she kind of remind me of, or you of, the Norn sisters from, I think, Greek legend? You know, were the Norn sisters Scandinavian? I know that there's a version of the Norn sisters or whatever. You know, the three sisters who weave fate, etc., and they share one eyeball and all that kind of stuff. Or at least, I think some of the legends say that they share one eyeball and all that such, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm confusing two mythologies. It's very possible.
To Goth.
This conversation is over. You want help? Why not ask our guests to help you? If you can afford their rates, that is. As for me, my single remaining goal is to get my people home alive, and well, and as soon as possible.
I wonder if the sisters serve Armag as his, like, wizard advisor or something. They said that they're half wizard and half something, right? The woman leaves, sobbing. Dugoth, I guess, turns to you.
Good morning. Well, let's get down to business, shall we? Introductions aren't necessary, Baron. I know who you are. Let's discuss how we can be useful to one another.
Obviously, the exact same voice that the official voice actor put into the character. Do you know me? How?
How do you think? We keep an eye on everything that happens in the region. It's smart to know our potential employers and our potential enemies.
Why didn't you just fucking read this line too? And make me not look like a complete jackass.
Hard to miss someone like you, dragging this green beast around like another compatriot.
Okay, stop fucking shitting on Knock Knock, please.
These long shanks know Knock Knock already. That is good. Fame is rising already. Just a tad more and Knock Knock will be a real hero.
Damn fucking right, Knock Knock.
Very wise. It would be even wiser not to tell the lord of these lands that you consider him an adversary.
Are you talking to Knock Knock? Who's that woman?
Wish I knew who these witches are and where they came from. Our chieftain, the great Armag, spirits bless him, trusts them as if they were holy oracles. He sent us with them to these dead hills, and none but the sisters and the chieftain himself know why. Who am I to confront the chieftain? So now we wander these lands, chasing the unknown.
Right, so do you know anything about what happened in Varnhold?
Varnhold, huh? Isn't that the village Megar Varn got from the Ristovik sword lords? I know Varn. He's not the best fighter, but not the worst. As for what happened there, I wouldn't know.
Wow, this guy's really well informed. So how can we be useful to each other? There's a whole army over here. How did you manage to get so far? What are you looking for here? Let me ask you a question. So how can we be useful to each other?
I'm afraid we can't. At least not yet. I'd be happy to take a new job, but our chieftain's orders were strict. Search the location and come back with a report. But if you could help us here, say, by finding whatever these witch sisters are looking for, or maybe just making them disappear forever. Mark my word, Baron. The Tiger Lords never forget those who helped them.
Well, I mean, if they're endorsed by your chieftain, then I'm pretty sure he's not going to be happy about me killing them. I'm assuming there's a reason why he believes them. I mean, they could be, I don't know, tainting him by tickling his taint. That's obviously the one of the ways you can taint the mind of a person. You could also stick your entire arm up that person's anus and then control them like a puppet, which is what I often do, but, you know, it's a little messy. There's a whole army over here. How did you manage to get so far?
None of your business, actually. But just to reassure you, we weren't sneaking into your lands without permission, I'll answer. It was magic. The sisters opened some strange tunnel, and we used it to get here from Numeria. Gorham witnessed my words. I'm no coward, but I'd rather march for a month through all the river kingdoms than use that damned tunnel again. It was strange, wrong, just like those witches themselves.
Oh, come on. It's teleportation. It's awesome. Alright, so what are you looking for here? I mean, you said that you don't know.
I wish I knew. The sisters are looking for something, but they won't tell anyone what it is. I guess it's some antique that used to belong to the Cyclops. Some magic trinket or something. As for me, the only thing I'm looking for is a good reason to quit this nonsense and return to Numeria as soon as possible.
Is this how you serve your liege?
Don't confuse our chieftains with your kings, knight. It's the chieftain who swears an oath to the tribe, not the other way around. Please. I was one of the tribe's elders when he was in his first teeth.
Ah, interesting. Alright, so, I guess that makes sense.
So he's 3 times younger than you, but has achieved more,
Canara scoffs.
That's why you're angry, old man.
So, how did it go? Did you find anything of interest?
If we did, do you think we'd still be here now? The only thing to be found in these hills is one's own death. A group of my men entered a cave that turned out to be a Spriggan den. They barely survived the encounter. Also, we found the ruins of some old tower, ancient as the world itself, and useless as this expedition. There is nothing to be found here, except, like I said, for one's own death.
Sure. Alright, well, let me ask you a question then.
Ask away, why not? I don't promise I'll answer, though.
Alright. Well, looks like we're going to have to go through every single one of these options, so prepare yourselves.
I'm Dugath, son of Gordir and Harith Three Fingers from the Tiger Lord's tribe. My entire life, I've served Gorham, first on the battlefield, sword in my hand, and later with prayer as well. I've fought in battles all across the River Kingdoms, in Yoberia, Guld, used to live. My price is high, my hand is steady, and my sword is deadly.
Mom spaghetti!
Finishing his speech, the man gives you a wide grin showing off several missing teeth. In case you were curious, I asked him to tell me about himself. Alright, well, tell me about Gorham.
Our Lord in Iron doesn't like empty talk. He's the god of those who act instead of chatter. His palm blesses every sword ever crafted, and wherever at least 2 men meet in battle, he is there with them. Even orcs worship the god of battle, and not only that, they imagine he's an orc too. It's all nonsense, of course, but there may be a grain of truth to it. For anyone can aspire to be like him. A human, an orc, and even an elf. Anyone who grips his iron to make his enemy bleed.
Is it any coincidence that Gorham sounds a lot like Gork or Mork? The orcish gods from Warhammer? Clearly the same people. Have you seen Gork and Mork and Gorham in the same room at the same time? Didn't fucking think so. Cracked it.
A waste of gold and precious slaves. That's war for war's sake. I understand the fellows of Lamash do better than those of Gorham.
Alright, well, tell me about your tribe.
There are many tribes in Numeria. Each does its best to survive. The Black Horses sell adamantine. The Blood Pikes rob caravans. And their white scars lick the boots of the Technic League. As for us, the Tiger Lords, we are mercenaries, and the best ones in this part of Avestan. Remember this, Baron. If you keep your throne long enough, we'll meet again, sooner or later, fighting side by side, or otherwise. Who knows?
Alright, well, tell me about your chieftain, and also good to know about the different tribes specializing in different things. That's actually pretty cool. Now, tell me about your chieftain.
He's a strong fighter, brave one. He says he's Armagh, an incarnation of a hero from the old times. Just don't ask if I believe it. Armagh is smart. He knows how to do business. If he'd only pay less attention to what those witches whisper, he'd be a perfect chieftain.
So he's not actually the old Armagh, but rather he says that he's a reincarnation of him. Interesting. Alright, well, tell me about Numeria.
Eons ago, stars rained down on Numeria. Pieces of metal Both dead and living ones fell from the sky. Since then, metal monsters roam those lands, and the grounds hold a wealth of adamantine, among other valuable things. Weaklings don't survive there. As for us, Numerian Kelets, we grew up on that land. We drank its poisoned waters and breathed its toxic air. Metals from the depths infused our bones and muscles. No one can beat us. If there were anyone capable of bringing us down, it would be ourselves.
Or it could be heavy metal poisoning. I mean, I don't know, you could be 20-something years old and you look like you're fucking 90 million years old, so I don't know. I don't know how old you actually are or what your biology's like, so you could actually just all be dying.
There it is, Numerian humor. For those who find gallows humor too cheerful.
Fantastic. Alright, so what do you know about the Cyclopses?
Not that much. Long ago, these lands were part of their empire. They were a great people back then, used unbelievable magic, and possessed treasures beyond count. Ages passed, and their empire crumbled into dust. Cyclops became wild and forgot all about what they once used to be. But the ruins, yes, the ruins remember everything.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have to go. Bye. Fantastic. Well, I guess we're in the right place. The Lost Relic, sorry. Find the relic that the Defaced Sisters are looking for. Right, so I guess we need to talk to the Defaced Sisters. Any chance that you guys have like a trader or some sort of person who's able to sell me some rations? Oh, Doug the merchant. Alright, Doug, I'm hoping that you don't have a fucking soliloquy prepared. An elderly barbarian waves his hand, inviting you to come closer. Welcome, honored guest. Would you like to buy or sell something? Who are you? Name's Doug. Well, I was a hell of a fighter when I was younger, but truth, those years pass before you know it. The health too. I mean, I should have put more points into my health when I leveled up, but no. I ended up taking an arrow to the knee, and the town guards kept saying something about being an adventurer before and all that such, so I got it in my head to be a merchant. You know, not really the right conclusion, but still. The barbarian raises his hand, and you can only see he has 2 fingers left. So now my job is equipment and provisions, along with the random bit of trading from time to time. Well, show me your wares. Please tell me that you have... Yes! Fan-fucking-tastic. Alright, so buy 12 of these, and we'll turf you the rest of my garbage, including the light crossbows. And I think that might be all we need to sell him, yes? Whoa! He's got a lot of stuff. Smoked trout and hydra pate. Yes, please? You know what? Just buy fucking all their food. Yeah, all their rice. I don't know if I can trust it, but buy it anyways. Mastodon meat, for sure. That's quite expensive. Not super heavy, though, thankfully. Alright, well, I don't see any reason to not. Whoa. Sure. Fantastic. Alright, well, let's end the episode off here for now. We'll come back tomorrow and talk to the Defaced Sister and find out what it is exactly they're looking for and maybe help them out and find Varnhold in the process and all that such. That's usually how things go, right? Usually, but we'll see how it all turns out. Alright, so for now, thanks for watching and have a good breakfast!